I'm Diana Rosa, and I'm speaking with Takashi Haase Shimbayama, who is from Japan, or I should say representing Japan because he lives in Germany. And he competed in show jumping in his first Olympics in Paris 2024, riding caramel M&M. So Takashi, my first question to you is, how did you get involved with horses?
Yeah, it's a quite funny story, I have to say, honestly. My family and me, I'm born in Japan, and we were living in Japan since until I was 12. So, but I started riding with 9. And my father always wanted that my brother and me doing some sport, also as an education thing. My brother was really talented in everything, me not. And athletics, tennis, football, I was really untalented. And then he knows that I like animals and also horses really much. And then he's like, okay, maybe when he sits on a horse, he needs to run or through something. So it's easier for him. So then I started riding, and yeah, here we are. That was
Wow.
quite good.
I got to tell you, watching you and your horse in Versailles was really fabulous. What a wonderful horse you have. But can you talk about what it was like representing Japan and also the experience? Go over the whole jumping experience.
Yeah, also experience representing Japan for me a big honor because it's the home country of my mother and I grew up there. So also riding Nations Cup, it's really exciting experience. Also, really, it's an honor for me. It's and okay, the Olympics were amazing. Yeah, that was unbelievable. That I can say.
And then what about, your first round? What did you think about how the experience went for you and the final round? I know that you made some decisions in there. So talk a little bit about the exact experience of each round.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, my thought was already a big success for me to come to Olympics. It's my dream. Was always my dream. Okay. And the first round, I walked the course. Wow, and I thought, that's really big. And then I made the mistake that I looked the few riders, the first 10 riders, and there were already really superstars there, and they was struggling. And then I saw, when already there, have their problems. What should I do? And then my horse felt good, and I went in the ring, and I started, and I overrode the fence a little bit. I made too much pressure. And then Rob Ehrens and Paul Schockemöhle were the trainers there. They told me, hey, your horse can jump everything. Don't override the fences. Stay calm. Relax. Trust your horse. Trust you. Everything is fine. And then really on the first individual round on Monday, I really focused on that. And then my horses jumped. It felt so easy to ride over these big fences. Unbelievable. I was so delighted. Yeah, and then the final day, okay, for me, unbelievable success to be 25th in the individual in the Olympic Games, on my first Olympic Games. Okay, and the last round, I have to say, my horse was a little bit tired and empty because he's only 10, and me and my horse both have not that experience in these championships. I think the next one will be also better, but we have better condition or more strength. So I felt my horse get tired, and then I decided to retire because my horse did an unbelievable job. So I'm so thankful of that. I didn't see a reason to ride the course till the end, because he's only 10 and we have a few more targets like World Championship in 2 years, in 4 years, Los Angeles Olympic Games. Right. So I saved him from that.
Well, I applaud you for that, because you made the decision to do the right thing for your horse. Even though you could have pushed him to go on, you said, well, there's no sense. I'm going to retire. We've got another day. I've fulfilled my dream of being here. And
Yeah.
overall, you did a fabulous job. I know the pictures I got were
Yeah,
amazing of that
unbelievable.
horse.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
got an
unbelievable.
incredible future. Well, I
Yeah.
want to thank you very much for chatting with me. Do you have
Perfect.
any other words you'd like to pass along to our audience?
Yes, I have to say, okay, well, my first Olympic Games, so I spoke with a lot of colleagues, and I have to say these Olympic Games in equestrian sport, I think it was a really, really big advertisement for our sport, which is not always easy nowadays. And I hope really that this equestrian sport will be keeping part of the Olympic Games also in the future. That would be nice because it was so impressive sport, and when the people would see how we treat our horses and our partner horse, and it's so good sport, and it's impressive how the horses also want this sport, because if they doesn't want, you have no chance to come over these big fences. These are really athletes, and they want the sport, and that I would like to understand few more people who are criticizing our sport.
Thank you so much for sharing that, because it really is true. If we didn't take care of our horses properly, there is no way that they would go on.
Yes.
They would make their own decisions. They're the partner in this sort of marriage that we've got, and they can, they're not going to do something they don't want to do. And so
Right.
they need the exercise, just like we need the exercise and the challenge and all of that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
wonderful, wonderful words that you've just passed along.
Thank you.
And thank you again. And I am Diana DeRosa reporting for the EQUUS Television Network.